So I need 1 more cup. What? Shh. See that? Hey everyone, can you guess what time it is? It's Jell-O mold time. I've been making videos for this channel for over a year now, and I've never once made a Jell-O mold. We're doing this today. And this video is part of a collaboration with Mike over at Maikoh. I first became aware of his channel through a collaboration that both of us participated in, the 1971 Betty Crocker recipe card library. You should definitely check out all of the videos in that playlist. I will link it here. Mike creates content around vintage recipes, but also really, really creative food. He just made a gansito cake for his birthday. You have to check it out. If you've ever had one of those little snack cakes, it looks just like it. It's uncanny. We both share a love of vintage recipes and also vintage housewares, vintage kitchen items. Mike, I am still jealous of that hand mixer that you have and you use in some of your videos. He just always has these very nice little touches in the background. His editing is beautiful. I really enjoy watching his videos and seeing all of the planning that went into them. You know, I'll watch them and I'm like, how did you do that? So if you're also a creator, that's another part of his channel that I think you'll enjoy. Today we are both cooking from the classic Joys of Jell-O. This book came out in the early 1960s. I've seen 1962, I've seen 1963, so right around there, that early part of the decade. We each chose a different recipe from Joys of Jell-O. If you want to find out what he's making, you're gonna have to go over to his channel and watch. But I can tell you what I'm making today. For my very first Jell-O mold on this channel, I'm going to be preparing orange frost. This was kind of an accident. You know, I searched through this book for different recipes that I might want to try. That one looked particularly appealing and I just did not see the part where it was a Jell-O mold. Somehow overlooked that completely. I've never made a Jell-O mold before, so I'm gonna try my best. Fingers crossed. Hope this goes well. Let's get started. Before I get started on actually mixing up my gelatin, I am gonna prepare the mold. So I watched some videos. There's a nice little section in this book of tips and tricks for gelatin molds. What I've seen is that people usually spray their gelatin molds with nonstick cooking spray. I don't usually have that in my pantry. I have these spray bottles. I keep one with just plain vegetable oil and then I keep another one that has olive oil in it. I got these on Amazon, so I will link those down below if you're interested. I use this most of the time in place of cooking spray. So I'm gonna spray some of that in the mold, but then I'm gonna take a little like basting brush and kind of brush that around. I also believe this might be a 2-day video, so I'll probably unmold this tomorrow, get all the little fluted edges. I'm so nervous that this is not gonna come out of the mold. Then what am I gonna do? First it says dissolve Jell-O gelatin in boiling water. And I just boiled some water in my favorite kettle. And now we dissolve. Oh, it's so orange, I love it. Oh, it smells. Whenever I make Jell-O, I mean, it has that fruity smell, but it also has that something else to it. Kind of like a melted popsicle. Add sherbet by spoonfuls, stirring until melted. And that is a pint of sherbet. I could not find just a pint, so I got this 1 quart, 1 pint container. I'm gonna use a hot spoon to get it in the measuring cup. Oh yeah, this is good. Ooh, yeah, like butter. And it's 1 pint, so 2 cups? Question mark. My mold is a quart, which is 4 cups. This is 1 cup. Yeah, it'll work. It'll be fine. Got 1 cup. It says by spoonfuls, so I would love to just dump this whole thing in here, but we're not gonna do that. Do I let the camera run while I do this? Kind of thick and weird. It's getting harder and harder to melt this because I suspect that the sherbet is really cooling this down. I could set this outside to melt because it's about 90 degrees today. What? This is April. Why is it 90 degrees outside? You've seen enough of this. I'm gonna continue melting this off camera. Took a few minutes, but I have my orange soupy mixture here. One thing I just didn't think about, why I didn't think about this, I don't know. The Jell-O is kind of starting to set up because, you know, I took this hot Jell-O mixture and I added a frozen thing to it. So I think I better get moving on this Jell-O mold. Now I'm supposed to beat this until frothy. Don't know how important this step is, but I almost forgot to do it. How frothy are we talking? I don't know. I don't know how frothy they want it. It's frothy, I think. I'm going to the next step. Spoon into sherbet glasses or 1 quart mold. This is a 1 quart mold. Oh yeah, that did get frothy. Okay, I'm seeing it now. So we're gonna ladle and I'm gonna tap it a little. Just, I don't know if this does anything. I really want it to, you know, get into those little bumps at the bottom. So I just want to make sure it's in there. Maybe get some of the air bubbles out. Maybe we need the air bubbles. I don't know. I am not an expert, clearly. I feel like this is not going to fit in here. Did I add too much of something? Okay. Confidence has been restored. It is perfect. It is the perfect fit. Why did I ever doubt myself? Step 1 complete. It says to chill until firm, and I think chill until firm is not gonna happen until tomorrow. So I'm gonna put this in the fridge and we will pick this up again later. Whoa, okay, hey. It's actually a couple days later. Didn't get around to this the next day. I'm just gonna show you what it looks like now. It doesn't feel stable to me. It's very foamy, very frothy, and I feel like it should be more firm than it is. So I don't know about this. I watched a couple of videos on how to unmold gelatin molds. Some people said, hey, run a knife around the sides. I can't really do that. I made a bad choice when I chose this mold because it has this beautiful fluted edge. I did try to pry the edges a little bit away with a spatula, like very gently. Did not go great. What I'm going for next is a bowl of hot water. It seems that it's recommended to dip this in for 10 to 15 seconds. It does seem to have pulled away from the sides. And I've got my platter. Oh, I think I heard a sound. I think I heard it letting go. Oh, I could feel that. It went like it went upward. I can feel it. It worked! Look! Oh, it's jiggly. I mean, it's Jell-O, of course it is. It is moving so much, do you see? So here's what it looks like. I am gonna get some thumbnail photos before I cut into this. I'm just thrilled that it actually came out. While we were taking thumbnail photos, a little hole started to form in the top and now it's started to grow. So we better get this show on the road. Yeah, it's already melting. I feel like the fact that there was more sherbet in this than gelatin, it does make it a little unstable. I would not make this to take with me to an event or a dinner or something because I don't think it would make it. Here we are, I'm gonna cut into this. Is this what you do with a Jell-O mold? I don't even know. Oh heck. Oh! It's like a very soft sponge. You can see how it just split apart like that. Wow, okay, I'm really glad I took the thumbnail before because it's a mess now. Is ruined. So it looked pretty for a couple of minutes. That's all we really needed, right? Now I have to find out how it tastes. It's like I'm putting my spoon into nothing. It tastes pretty good. It's very orangey. It just like melts away into nothing. It's just like orange foam. Doesn't mean I'm not gonna eat it though. Well, that was my first gelatin mold. And I cooked a recipe from Joys of Jell-O. This was a super fun collaboration. Thank you, Mike, for joining me in this Jell-O journey. Please be sure to check out his channel and see which recipe he chose to make from this book. I hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel by clicking on the red button below. I post new content about food, vintage cookbooks, and retro recipes every week. Thanks again, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.